Hey everyone, I'm going to show you a little bit, just a little bit of what I've been working on. I was just thinking tonight, just like thinking about like programming in general and why I like it and why I think it's really cool. And just like, you know, sitting here drinking a coffee per normal. And it just kind of, I just kind of felt, I don't know, empowered, inspired. Because basically when you think about programming, it starts with this blank page, and then from this blank page you need to actually create a thing. So what's neat about it is that you have to think about, okay, I'm going to make a system where someone can apply to volunteer, and then we are able to easily look at all the applications, mark them as, you know, read, unread, you know, kind of be like good, bad, yes, no, all that fun stuff, and then also be able to take those volunteers and then also put them into a schedule. So when you think about that system from an engineering point of view, there are a lot of really small components that need to be done. Even just to talk to the database is just pages of code. Basically, one good way to look at it is, so you want to build a house and you're starting with nothing, or Minecraft is a good example actually. So you plop down in a field and you have nothing but your fists. So the first thing you do is you make a rudimentary tool. So you make like an axe or something. So with programming, you start with the blank page and you need to make a bunch of tiny little tools or functions that are all going to start working together to create an overall picture. And that's what's really cool, because like if you wanted to build a house, you need to build a hammer, and then you need to build a saw, and then you need to use the saw to build another tool, and then you use the saw and the other tool to build another tool, and it all kind of escalates. So it's really, really cool to program, and you see something like a blank page start to fill up with tiny little functions that all compound into something really cool. I don't know, I just like it. So let me show you just a tiny little bit. Rant over, back to the other side of vlogging. So like for example, I know, you know, things are going to change. So I made like a bunch of little functions here. These all call different functions to put out different text fields. So like when you go and it's like first name and you enter like that little field, to make that field there, it's pretty easy, but if you're going to change it a lot, you want to be able to make the code easily adjustable. So I made just basically tons of things. I made like a whole class object that basically just imports all the different things. So if I wanted to make a text field, I can easily call this chunk of code and it's going to take it based on the parameters I give it and then just spit it in. This way I don't need to type out all the code every single time. You make a function that one function is going to be replicated. So it's basically, imagine making a hammer and it breaks every time you use it. Really frustrating. So you make a hammer that you can use multiple times. Or like a cloning stamp. That's basically what it's like. So yeah, so it's cool. I like it. So far, so with what's working is it's all, you know, the database talking back and forth is great. It's reading the database, inputting information into the database. And now it's because of those functions, it's easy for Saskia to be like, hey, can you add a spot where they can put in their Twitter handle? And I'd be like, yep, really easy. And so now it comes down to the time of I can collect the data, now I need to display the data. Then once the data is displayed, I need to manipulate the data. And then once the data is manipulatable, I need to make a whole new system for scheduling. But tiny pieces all compound.
Hello, I'm at my parents' house. I found something super cool. I mean, I re-found it. I already knew we had it. I just wasn't sure if it worked anymore. But my parents have a box of slides, or dias in Dutch. And they're just tubes. And you take the paper off. And when you do, I'm just gonna easily reach over here. You have this little tin, and each thing has tiny little slides on it. And the best part is that they have a machine as well, which I'm very excited about. And I turned it on and it still works. So, for those who don't know, this is a slide machine from, I don't know, the 90s, 80s, whatever. So let's turn it on. Haha, I don't have a white wall, so we're gonna use a door. We take the tube Put it in the end, and then we take our clicker thing, and then it closes the light, and that red thing pushes out, and the tube goes up, and it puts a picture in the front. We have a picture. It doesn't look like anything because I got a cap on it. So, still fuzzy, but you can totally focus. There's a focusing ring, so... Okay, so it's like 30 minutes later. We ran into a problem, it wouldn't focus properly, and then we me and my dad took it apart, and it just wasn't working very well, guys, but we fixed it! We're good! Look, it's my very young dad running around in Canada before we moved to Canada. Let me switch. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up. Oh, look at that! It's a cat! This is exciting, guys. It's sideways, though. Don't know how to fix that. A bunch of people. Oh, that one's empty. Oh, hey, look, it's my aunt and uncle. Fun. So basically, I'm just gonna sit here by myself and look at slides. Because I can. Also, I don't know how well this is gonna work, but if you look there, that's where the slide is gonna come out. I'm actually gonna zoom out a little bit. That's where the slide goes in and out, and then this red handle pulls it in and out when I push the button. Look, guys. Did you see that? Haha! Old systems are super cool and fancy, and I love it. Okay, so this thing is not meant to be, but it is teaching me all kinds of stuff about lenses, which is cool. There's two pieces in here. There's like a lens piece, and then there's this thing. The lenses themselves are reversed, so they turn everything upside down, and then this corrects it when you put it directly beside one of them. And it needs to go beside the one in the actual outer part, and it won't stay properly. And then there's this piece which goes inside, and this is attached to this, but then this moves when you focus it. With the help of my phone light. There's the two pieces. This needs to go in here on top of the other one, but it keeps flipping over. And we tried to tape it and it's not working. But then this gets screwed in here, and then this whole thing goes in the front, and then you can turn it to adjust it. But if the lens keeps falling over, then that's not very helpful. I'm gonna keep playing with it, but we'll probably have to glue it tomorrow because tape is not working. Duct tape is supposed to be good for everything, it's not. Okay, not quite the desired effect, but it looks super cool. It's like a friggin' kaleidoscope painting.
Daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, hey.